For the past 20 years, David Icke has written books and travelled the world, sharing with anyone who will listen the truth of the world as he sees it.
The last 20 years has not just been about me writing books and doing talks, it's been about cleaning out the sense of limitation within myself.
David has experienced more than most could imagine on this journey.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. Fine.
But where others would give up and hide, David has kept walking forward.
My journey has been fundamental to what I'm doing.
And now, 20 years on, when the evidence of what he has been saying is almost undeniable, people are waking up to the truth. That the world is not how we have been shown in the media or told by politicians. The truth that David has been sharing for 20 years. David Icke, still crazy after all these years.
Well, I was born in a place called Leicester in the English East Midlands in 1952. We were skint, and you didn't do anything with your life because no one around us was doing anything. They were working and just trying to survive. The idea that great things happened to me never entered my mind.
But great things were destined for David, and looking back, it's clear that every step on the journey has been part of a greater plan.
I became a footballer because it taught me to focus, to use discipline to create an outcome. I lost that career at 19 in very tragic, from my point of view at the time, and very painful circumstances, and therefore played professional football for over a year with rheumatoid arthritis in agony, because that activated within me a will not to give in and not to go under and not to fall apart under pressure and under stress. I then went into the television arena because that gave me a national profile, which when I came out with this stuff meant it wasn't going to be ignored. It also taught me about the media and how it works and what an irrelevance it is to informing the public what's actually going on in the world. I then went into the Green Party, which showed me the political arena and showed me what an irrelevance it was. And then I had my mass ridicule, which cleaned me out of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think.
David Icke.
I was invited on because of all the furore going on with relation to truth vibrations when it was coming out.
Let me get the story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that it's quite funny, really. You know, 2,000 years ago, had a guy called Jesus sat here and said these same things, you would still be laughing. It's really, really funny that we've not really moved on that much.
What I was trying to say is that I knew that we are all one infinite consciousness, and that what we call David Icke and Ethel Jones are just different points of observation of that consciousness. If you take this one consciousness to be God, or use the term God, I don't, but if you want to, then we are all sons, daughters, if you want to be politically correct, of God. And he took the ridicule route, and within minutes the audience are laughing all throughout the interview, virtually.
Was it a great shock for you to discover this at 38?
Well, I think the word is gobsmacked.
There was a massive audience. I think it was something like 17 million in a country of 60-odd million. So, you know, it was a big ratio of the population watched that.
You know, the best way of removing negativity is to laugh and be joyous. So I'm delighted that there's so much laughter in the audience tonight. But just let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
Fine.
I look back at it with not affection, because it was a nightmare to experience, but I know that it was necessary, and I know that a lot has come as a result of it.
When you survey the world today, you know, when a child dies in this world of preventable disease every 2 seconds, when the economic system of the world must destroy the earth simply for that system to survive, when you see all the wars and when you see all the pain and when you see all the suffering, is it a force of love and wisdom and tolerance that is in control of this planet?
It was just crazy after that. The ridicule reached extraordinary levels.
The comeback from the public, I could never quite understand. People just pointing at you, laughing at you, and I mean literally stopping and pointing, whole families pointing and laughing.
When you face that scale of ridicule, you either go under, or you say, I am me, I am free, and if you don't like it, we'll do the other thing, but this is me. And I chose to do the latter. And as a result of that, I let go of the fear of what people thought of me.
I mean, we get emails all the time from people that apologise and say, I watched the Wogan show, I too laughed, but I'm not laughing anymore.
One of the reasons that I have a lot of credibility with a lot of people now is because of things I said and wrote 15 years ago, which are now daily experience. If I had said 15 years ago, I can't say that because they'll laugh, they wouldn't have been said. And people would not now be saying, it's happening what that bloke said, and the credibility of that, which is the important part of it, not credibility for me, but credibility for the information, that then gets people to say, well, what else is he saying? It's not about prophecy. It's about uncovering what the agenda for the world is and then watching it unfold. It's knowing what the game plan is, and the idea is to expose the game plan, so the more people are aware of it, the more we can intervene on it. We have got caught in a fake self-identity of believing we are the body. There is a calculated cabal that is systematically seeking to hold us in that illusory self-identity. And there is a vibrational change underway which is breaking up this fear-based, low vibrational state, and therefore the control system must fall. Challenges coming are enormous because the control system is going to be like a cornered rat. It's going to throw the kitchen sink and the plug. We're now entering a period where miracles become possible because they're not miracles, they're just a greater lack of limitation. That's all miracles are. If you want to make a difference in the world, then don't just be yourself, live yourself, and don't think of what will people think of me, because then you're not living your life, you're living theirs. What's all that about? I'm in a real good space 20 years on, because I can look back at all the real big challenges. I'm completely at peace with them. I know the challenges that have happened before, the ridicule, the rheumatoid arthritis, and the loss of my football career. I know they were all part of my journey. And not only are they part of the journey, they're a fundamental part of the journey. Because I'm not where I am today, doing what I am today, despite what has happened to me. I'm doing it because of what has happened to me, the things I liked and the things I didn't like. And I'm still there 20 years on, more determined than I've ever been. Because we're going to see some amazing changes in the world in the next few years. And some of them are going to seem to be catastrophic, but eventually they'll be seen to be the end of the prison and the start of the paradise. I can handle it.